broadcasting from the beautiful island of Guam. Our program is heard each Sunday at 1500 hours Coordinated Universal Time, broadcasting on 15205 kilohertz in the 19-meter band. Coming up next is DXERS Diary. This is KTWR ENGLISH Guam, where hope knows no barriers.
Hi, hello. Welcome to DXERS Diary, the 5-minute weekly radio show produced and presented for Transworld Radio by your friend and host ARUNKUMAR from Chennai in India. This program is broadcast every Sunday in 15205 kilohertz in the 19-meter band from 1500 hours Coordinated Universal Time to our transmitters of KTWR in Aganya, Guam. We have designed this show in such a way that it would be useful for all listeners, irrespective of their experience or knowledge about DXing, shortwave radio listening, or medium radio listening. In the first part of this show, you will get to know details about sunspot number, SFI forecast, and A index. The sunspot number this week is 118, SFI forecast ranges from 110 to 125, and A index ranges from 8 to 18. Every country and radio station in their area will have a history to narrate. This week, we have information about the history of radio broadcasting in Nigeria. According to a research paper by Mr. I.W. Udomisor, radio broadcasting was introduced in Nigeria in 1932 by the then British colonial authorities as an experiment of the Empire Service of the BBC. One of its main tasks was to relay the overseas service of the British Broadcasting Corporation through wired systems with loudspeakers. This service was also called Radio Diffusion System, RDS. The RDS became the Nigerian Broadcasting Service, NBS, in April 1951. Full broadcasting services in the country began with the establishment of the NBS. In 1954, broadcasting became a concurrent legislative matter in Nigeria. The NBS Act was enacted in 1956. By 1957, the RDS also underwent a name change and became the Nigerian Broadcasting Corporation, NBC, to provide a nationally representative domestic service and external service. Seizing the opportunity of colonial constitutional review, which gave federal and regional governments concurrent powers in the ownership of broadcasting stations, the government of Western region established television and radio stations in 1959. In 1961, the NBC Act was amended to give the Federal Minister of Information power to give general and specific directives to NBC in matters of policy and appointments to the board. By 1962, NBC External Service, which is the Voice of Nigeria, was inaugurated. In 1977, AM and FM was inaugurated as a second sound channel. In 1978, the Nigerian Broadcasting Corporation was reorganized to become the Federal Radio Corporation of Nigeria. With a small 500 watts transmitter mounted on Mako Hill at Den and another at Abofon near Ikorodu, the Western Region government commenced its operations in partnership with British Media Company, who oversees Rediffusion Limited. The Western Nigeria Radio Vision Service Limited was also created with the responsibility of managing radio and television broadcasting in the Western region. The governments of the Eastern and Northern regions followed suit in 1960 and 1962 respectively. New states established their own broadcasting stations. In the same year, the Nigeria Television Service, NTS, was also born in Lagos with Radio Corporation of America, RCA, and the National Broadcasting Company International Limited managing the station. Now we move on to listeners' log section. Our regular contributor, Mr. P.S. Sekhar from Kumbakonam in India, has sent his valuable radio logs. He says that at 16:10 hours Universal Coordinated Time, he has tuned to Dashvilla's Amric service in 15275 kilohertz, and the service had a SIMPO of 444. Similarly, he has received Voice of America's Kirundi service in 15460 kilohertz with a SIMPO of 444, and REE Spanish in 15520 kilohertz with a SIMPO of 444. Friends, time has come to say bye-bye to all of you, and as usual, we request you to send your reception reports, listeners' logs, and bank scans to DXERS Diary. Our email ID is dxersdiary@gmail.com. I repeat, it's DXERSDIARY@gmail.com. Until next week, this is your friend Arunkumar Narasimhan signing off. 73. Bye-bye.